come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Darkest Dungeon. Now this is a cool little game I picked up, and it's really fun. It's a just a roguelike RPG game with a lot of dungeon crawler elements to it. It's really cool. I played a little bit of it on cam, as you can see. It's really interesting, and I thought we'd give it a go here. We're going to start up a new campaign. We're going to go Darkest for the normal difficulties. I usually like to play this. And alright, let us begin our journey into the darkest of dungeons.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So there you go. With the stagecoach destroyed and the caretaker gone, you will have to make the journey to the hamlet on foot. It's pretty cool. Obviously very dark and as the name would suggest, of the darkest dungeon. Going through the old road, through a corrupted countryside to go back to this hamlet. For what reason? I don't know. Why would you ever want to come back to this place? I have no clue. Alright, this is going to be a tutorial. Doesn't matter. I'll take you guys through this. So, how this game works is you have your people here, your characters, and they each do different things depending on their class here. See, Highwayman, Crusader. They all have different abilities, different places they like to be. So eventually you'll get 4 here, and there'll be like 4 enemies. And some abilities can only be used from certain positions. So if you see there on the bottom left, there's like 4 little yellow circles. That's where it can be used from. And the red circles on the right is who it can attack. So you want to use this and kind of gauge where each character should go. Usually you want really melee and like heavily held, like knights and other people. In the front, they usually do melee attacks, like right up front from the beginning. They can take a lot of hits. So this is the dungeon down here in this bottom right. This is the room we're currently in, and this is the next room we need to go to. And each quest, currently, find your way to the hamlet. And each
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
And each room you go to, will have a hallway connected to it where plenty of things can happen here. Now in this game, you gotta watch out for multiple things, mainly for your character's health and stress. Stress is created through enemies.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Have you move? So sanity can be brought down. Can be brought down through light and through enemies. Also through other events that have to do with their character. If I right click on him here, you can see both good and bad traits. We'll get more into that later. For now though, let's just give this guy a bad day. Smite him. Speed, this guy has 7 speed. How much speed does this guy have? 3. Not what I wanted to do, but I mean it's gonna
Press this advantage. Give them no
I want to actually
quarter.
look at my other character's speed, but speed of 1. I'll explain it. So as you saw there, once we go through these hallways, we can encounter many things such as battles, loot, traps, you name it. And here we have a tent. Let's see what is inside of it. Ooh,
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
indeed, if only it could. Now we're gonna
Leave
come to
nothing
this room.
unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
See now, we've entered a
An
room.
ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
As you can see, we came into a room and they can have enemies and treasure. And so we're gonna want to deal with these guys. Let's see if we can get bleed up on this one. Resisted it. That's annoying. Blanket fire. Rain of blips. Yes, I believe does bleed. Yeah. Damage sanity, or stress rather. So that's one thing you gotta watch, because if the stress gets up to 100, their resolve will be tested, and it's either a good thing can happen or a bad thing. Most likely it's gonna be a bad thing. And so you don't want that to happen. Great shot will do well here. Each of these abilities do a different thing. Open vein does damage and has a good chance to bleed. Oh, he knocked me back. Now that's another thing these enemies can do, is sometimes their attacks can knock back. It can be very bad, especially when you get up to larger groups. Jeez. Do a lot of damage here, but not like we can do much about it. Actually, pour this guy for once.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened
Corpses, yep,
blade.
when people die, sometimes they'll become corpses there, and you can see it's still in that first position, so he's still in the second position. Which can be bad or can be good, depending on what you need. Dodged it. Is that only gonna do blanket fire? Alright, get rid of the body. See, that guy was big, so he took up 2 spots instead of just 1. A shot. 2 damage. trying to come out of this okay, though.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That's good. Found some crest, some gold.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, just get this chest because, oh, let's try this. Well, I'm just gonna head back anyway. So, when you complete quests, there's usually a quest reward. Quests are, you go down to like an area, there's 4, 5 different areas, I believe. You can go down into, I think it's just 4. I don't remember. But you can get multiple things. Gold is obviously really good. You can use that to buy equipment for your characters, send them into stress stuff. I'll show you when we get back. Heirlooms are used to upgrade buildings. Their XP here, their resolve level. The more resolve level they get, the stronger resistance they have to gaining stress. And also they have a chance to gain positive or negative traits, such as Raywald, just got Phenagobia? Phenagophobia, I don't know. Plus 20 stress, plus 20% stress, if torch is above 75%. Which is bad due to him being Crusader, who actually gets a bonus to his melee attack if the light is above 75. But you'll see more about the light a bit.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Alright, here we are at the hamlet. This is our kind of home village, our hub, where you have multiple different buildings. Most of these are we cannot get yet, but they'll be very good. We'll start off here with the stagecoach.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Stagecoach here is where we get to get new heroes.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
So here we have a plague doctor and a seeker vessel.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
It's yeah, already forgot what it is. I just call her the priest. She has a lot of healing and buffing stuff. Very good for keeping your team at full health. Plague Doctor can do blight stuff, poison enemies, stuff like that. Also give stuff to buff up certain soldiers. And we already saw what they do. This guy's good at being in front line, deals damage and take it. This guy is more for hitting multiple targets and bringing them down. Here we're going to upgrade our stagecoach network to increase the number of available heroes to 3.
Great heroes can be found even here,
our barracks as well,
in the mud and rain.
so we can recruit more. Ancestor memories.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So here we get to know more about, we get to uncover more about the lore of the Darkest Dungeon. So these are just what you saw at the beginning. Embark. And we'll do that soon enough to go on a visit into the ruins.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
There's the graveyard, so if you lose people, they'll go there. Alright, and we'll see each of these as we get there. But for now, we have nothing else to do but embark.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, we're going to start off here. Ruins, as you can see here, it's short. This will mean a lot later on, whether it's short, medium, or long. Test yourself in the mad realm of the fallen ancestor. Take note of how the creatures have taken over, but don't delve too far. See your rewards here: 3,000 gold, 4 crests, and a move charm. That's pretty good. And so we can right click on people here. We can see both their good quirks and bad quirks. So Warrior of Light, plus 10% damage and torches above 75. God-fearing. In town will only pray for stress relief. You'll see more about that later. We gotta deal with stress as it carries over from the missions, as you can see. Don't want them to get that too high. That's really a problem for those longer levels. Camping skills, we'll see more about that later. See here, preferred position, preferred target. Got a good old Plague Doctor, and I will rename them later, so if you have any name suggestions or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And then our Seeker. See their equipment, you can give them trinkets and stuff, and here their abilities. Comfort and patient. Alright, here we go into our first little parlay into the darkest of dungeons.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
So here we get to pick what we want to take with us. Food is big. You don't need to take that much food, but I always like to take extra just to heal my party. Shovels are good to clear obstacles, and torches are really important. I'll probably take that for now. Take a bandage because bleeding can be really annoying. And that should be good. Now we're going to embark into the ruins of the old estate. Your first expedition into the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious. Be careful. Indeed we will be. So here we are. Our goal, we have to explore 90% of the rooms, and then we can go, of course, we can go for longer if we want to, but we don't have to. So here we are in the hallway. We want to be careful. What do we have here? Ooh, an unburned torch.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
You can see our items down here. So torches, we right click to use them. Here's our light, as you can see. That's what the bonuses it gets. We can actually reduce the torch if you want, if it's too bright. Certain characters will do better in low light, while others do better in high light, says the Crusader. And of course they give different things. The brighter, the better your people are going to be off, but if it gets lower, the more loot you'll be, but the harder the monsters are going to be. As you can see, he just took a little bit of stress there. Here's their stress bars. You really want to watch this. It can build up really fast. I originally thought you had to get to 200 for things to go bad. No, it's only 100. As we can see here, oh, we surprised them. And that's good. The higher the light is, the higher chance of surprising enemies there are. And so these guys are surprised, which means we're going to go through all of our turns first, and then they'll go through theirs. It doesn't stun them, unfortunately, but you do get the first blow. Rape shot, just damage to both of them. Plague Doctor, Noxious Blast. No point. It's just movements. Plague Grenade, all very good. No one needs health right now, so let's go for an incision.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Yeah, no one needs to be healed, so we'll just go for Dazzling Light. So now you're stunned. Not like it's gonna matter.
Another one falls.
Very easy. It gets very hard, very fast. Trust me.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Yeah, don't get overconfident.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
As you see, also sometimes go into rooms you have a chance to scout. Room battle with Curio. I've never seen that before. Obstacle battle. So you can see if you scout out, you can see what's ahead in these rooms and hallways. So we should have an obstacle here. Yeah.
Even the
Rubbles.
cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Thank you. Rebels can block your path, and very, very annoying. And especially if you don't have shovels, they take a lot of time and do a lot of damage.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Boost up just a little bit here. Though I will let it go down. So here we got more bone soldiers and rabbles, which aren't very much of a concern. But this person right here, the cultist acolyte, is awful. Just don't underestimate them at all, because they have stressful incantation, which does little damage but increases your stress by a shit ton, and that's not what you want at all. It's a quick way to get yourself in a really bad position. So we're gonna do pistol shot. They dodge, unfortunately. Yeah, here it is. 1 damage, but 17 stress. Very bad. Light on you, definitely. We do dazzling light. See if we can get it on you. Nice, nice stun. But they do get a buff after they're stunned too, so more stun resistance. So we're gonna use Zealous Accusation here, which is gonna hurt both of these guys. Very nice. Just to get that damage down, so that next turn they'll be very easy. You just keep doing pistol shots. Not missing. It is annoying. They heal the party all by 2, which is nice. Which is annoying. Honestly, I'm gonna do another blight grenade. Increase your blight. 8 damage for 3. That's a lot. Oof, yeah, that's good. Oh, nice dodge, nice dodge. Ooh, that hurts a little bit. Take you down.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Give them
Dead.
no quarter.
Pistol shot.
Their
Oh,
formation
dead.
is broken.
Very,
Maintain
very nice.
the offensive.
So with them gone, we are now free to move forward into an empty room. And let's head to this room. I want to get this bonus exclusive up. I don't think we're gonna get overstressed on this short first level.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Indeed. And after killing incense. Really pulled this one. That's a little too little light. I still want some. Okay, shadowy. Oh, they got surprised. That's good. With you, because you can do dazzling light. Oh, and you could stun you. Oh, that's beautiful. Great shot to get all 3. Oh, this is beautiful right here. Plague grenade. I hate these people. Don't ever let them live. Do everything in your power to kill them. And I'm gonna do Bulwark of Faith. That increases my protection, also puts marked on me. So marked means they're going to be more likely to attack this character.
Diminish.
With protection up, I will absorb some damage. Out of all the people, I want this person to take it. Shot. Oh, they dodged. That's annoying. Noxious blast here. Blight them. Oh, gods. And they heal everyone up by a little bit.
Momentary abatement.
Because our health isn't that low. Most people are hurt. We'll probably do a divine heal on them.
Great is the weapon that
that's
cuts on its
nice.
own.
Blight takes down that. Bandaging. Yep, this is why I use bandages for bleed, but I'm not gonna need it. Smite you down.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Pistol shot. Nice.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Gold. Giant Hellstone. Oh, I'd probably put that on myself. We're not gonna you. Holy water. I might as well just use that on my character. Or my character here. Let's take that. Oh, it's trapped. I resisted it. That's good. So, with that done, we're now going to move to here. And continue on our journey, head to there next. Take a little bit of damage here due to the bleeding. Ooh, trap. Traps or something. You need to watch out
Carelessness
for.
will find no clemency in this place.
What? That does not matter because I brought a lot of extra food for a reason. So now I can spend a lot and heal other people. Here we go into the next room. And there's nothing here. This would be a nice room for a campfire for a longer, bigger room. But now we're just gonna head to here. Ready to pop a torch. Ooh, another trap. Nice dodge though. Need to be more wary of them. Let me go up a little bit. Oh, surprise again. This has been going very well for us lately. Do a grape shot blast. Oh, missed all three. That's bad. If I could stun you, that'd be great. Spoilers are really annoying. Yeah, so much so I'll put a light grenade on there. And we'll go with accusation. Ooh, missed on both, really? Damn. That's unfortunate. Going for a plague priest here. Plague doctor. Ooh. Getting more hammered up on this with plague priest. We're gonna do divine grace to heal up our plague doctor here. Come on, first shot hit. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like it. Plague doctor. Noxious blast on you. Doesn't matter about the damage, just the blight. This might hurt. Oh, dodge. Very nice. He's gonna be dead next time he tries to attack. We're just gonna smite him down.
Be gone, fiend.
Has a bonus versus unholy, I believe. Yep, these guys are unholy, as you can see there. Take you out.
A death by inches.
Just like that, we're good. Here we have a holy fountain. Some gold. Could go for that, but I don't think it's necessary. And on we go, and this is kind of the rundown of the game. This is what you'll be doing throughout most of it, but it's really fun, especially once you level up the characters and get more skills and better skills. And once you get longer floors, it gets very, very intense. Whistles. Ooh, very annoying. Kleptomaniac, I believe, popped there. So that means he stole it and I didn't get any of the items. Yep, kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items. So you want to be careful of that. Sometimes those traits can pop up. And it's not very fun. Hunger. This is just... Yeah, that's bad. So that's why you want to keep food on you, just for that. Especially for the longer ones as well. Pop up our torch a bit. Quest is complete, but we're not going to stop there. We still have one more room to go and loot. That we shall. Leave my torch really low. Shadowy. Alright. Plague grenade. These persons also really annoying. So we definitely want to make sure to light them. Grape shot blast.
The slow
Nice.
death.
Very good.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Divine grace. Heal up our plague doctor here. Oof. Yeah, that hurts. Dead weight. Is he gonna resist it? Nope. Got moved. And stunned. Very bad. What a graveyard slash on him. They're just going to town on this guy. Jesus. And kind of respond in kind with a smite. Noxious blast on this guy here. our healer here. Just heal up like Doctor again. Attack our Crusader, it's fine. Take it. Stress is looking alright. Oof, 8. Yeah, you're gonna get our next heal. Dead weight, this guy just keeps. We definitely need to move back, buddy. This is the bad part about them moving. Not really help really a lot, so. It's a lot. Not quite dead, that's annoying. Nice dodge. I don't think we'll have to light more off. Definitely need to get some more blight out there. Five, he's getting close to down. Thomas. Get the heal to you. Very nice. And to you. Resisted, that's so bad. Ooh, crit.
Good vision.
He's really low at 1 HP.
The end approaches.
So they both have turns on. Get rid of him. And smite him, please. Oh, that's good. I think we're gonna come out of this. Okay, pistol shot. Oh,
Masterfully
nice.
executed.
Amazing.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And we have a skeleton.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded
it
to the
all.
brave and the foolhardy
So,
alike.
yeah, that's how intense these battles can get. It's very hard. See, he's really low on health. But if they get down to 0 health, they get down to death's door. And they don't actually die, they'll be 1 hit away from death. So they're gonna get a second wind type of thing. But with that, our quest is complete. And we can return to the hammer. And no one got too much stress damage, so we don't have to worry about putting them into any recovery or anything like that. We gotta do worry about putting them into our next mission. Next time we decide to go down into the ruins. D's, plenty of cress, plenty of heirlooms. All good. Ooh. Wings up. Let's see what you get here. Obsessed with food. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Why don't we get rid of that? Stressy eater. Oh god. Both of those are horrible. As soon as we get a sanatorium up, you can use that to get rid of those bad corpses.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
And now we have the tavern available.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
So here we have the tavern, bar, gambling hall, and brothel to all help relieve a lot of stress and
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
Yeah, and both of those relieve stress depending on people. So say with this guy God-fearing, he can only go and pray in the abbey to get stress relief. Let's check our stagecoach. We're gonna have 3 new people each time we come back.
Shoot, bandage, and pillage. The dancing steps of war.
Secret jesters are really good. I don't know what these guys do. Oh, this is the crossbow person. Yeah, they're all right. Jesters are really good, as they can increase morale. It's inspiring too. They can buff people up with their different songs, which you don't actually have, which is interesting. And this is really good as it relieves stress. Very nice. I've got another one here.
Shoot, bandage, and pillage.
And alright, I think that's going to wrap up our first episode here. We got our first time into the darkest of dungeons. I hope you guys enjoy this. Really cool games. Please tell me if you want to see more. I'll probably do a little series of this and we'll see where it goes. I like this game a lot. It's really cool. And it can get very bad. Again, give me character names, I have the names for these first 4, and then so any newcomers along, how you think your character should be implemented, whatever, leave it in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and comment down below. It really helps out the channel, or even dislikes if you don't like it, whatever. And make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.